In our last video, we discussed projectile motion. Uh, so I think you might all be very much familiar with the projectile motion. Now, in today lecture, I will be discussing constraint relation. So, what is this constraint relations mean? Suppose, this is some rod. It's a rod, okay, and it's a pulley. And suppose this is some ring. This is some ring, and here also there is some mass, which is some mass, and this one is the string. So you can see like this ring is moving in this direction, this mass is moving in this direction. Means like this, suppose the velocity of this ring is v1 and the velocity of this mass is v2. So these are two objects like ring and this, you can say, body a, they are connected to each other. They are connected to each other by a string, by a string. But the thing is, they do not have the same velocity or acceleration. There is here, suppose the velocity of this ring is v1 and the velocity of this mass m is v2. So you can see here, like they are connected to each other. They are connected to each other. Yeah, they are connected to each other by a string. But the thing is, their velocities are not same. So the relation between their velocities or acceleration, like they do not have the, like these ring and body do not have same velocity or acceleration. Okay, so the relation between their velocity or acceleration is known as this constraint relation. Means this velocity and this velocity, they might be connected to each other with some relation. Some relation might be there between this velocity v1 and this velocity v2. Some relation might be there between these two velocities, So that type of relation is called as the constraint relation. Okay. So I think you might be now familiar with this word, what constraint relation means. Like what I am saying here is that the objects are connected to each other. You can see here these objects are connected means this ring and this mass are connected to each other by the help of a string. Okay, but they do not have the same velocity or acceleration. You can see here they don't have the same velocity and acceleration, and there is some relation between their velocities or acceleration. So that relation is called what? Constraint relation. So let's try to find out constraint relation of different scenarios. So I will be discussing 3 to 4 scenarios today, which clearly means after doing that you will be having a clear idea of what constraint relation is. Means how to define some constraint relation, how to define the relationship between the velocities of between these type of velocities. Okay, so let's move to some scenario. So suppose this is some this is our ground, you can say it's our ground, and this is some pole. And again a pulley here. uh, it's a pulley. Now we have you can say we have a ring here initially, and here we have some mass. Uh, suppose this one is m1 and this one is m2, and they are connected to each other by the help of a string. The thing is that m1 is greater than m2. So suppose it started moving here, you can say that after some time it suppose reaches uh, it will move down, this m1 will come down, you can see here. Suppose it reaches here after some time, this mass reaches here, and it will be like this. After some time, so like here it will be having a velocity v1. Suppose after traveling y distance it is having a velocity v1. This distance is given, suppose it's a constant, you can say it's a constant, it's a fixed, that's why it's a constant. Suppose this length is L, and suppose this one is S. So let's see, like suppose this initial position is A, this one is B, and this pulley is C. So in triangle ABC, Pythagoras. So by the help of Pythagoras theorem, you can see here, like L square plus Y square is equal to S square. It's S square. So the thing is that here we'll be using the differentiation. Differentiation. I think I already told you that how to differentiate. Like suppose, I think I told you, like suppose it's if it's x square. When we are going to differentiate, it's just 2 will come out here, and here it will be x raised to the power uh, 2 minus 1. One minute. If suppose y is equal to x square. So when we are doing it dy over dx, you can see here. So it will be like this: dy over dx is equal to what? It will be 2x. This was differentiation. We already discussed earlier. Differentiation. So like here we'll be like here we are differentiating with respect to x. Like the thing is here we'll be differentiating like we will be doing, like I think one thing I also told you that uh, like velocity is represented by dx over dt. Velocity is represented by dx over dt. If it's not clear, let me clear it. Yeah, dx over dt. I think I already discussed this thing earlier. I think not, but I already discussed this velocity part earlier. So let's differentiate this equation. Let's differentiate this equation. Just see, I think you will come across these type of differentiation in your calculus part in maths, but we will be using integration as well as differentiation, because that's very important. Means we keep on using these things in our physics part, because that's the main it means in various portions you will come across this differentiation and integration part. So you should be aware of all these things, like simple differentiation and simple integration. So you should be aware of all these things. You will be learning deep about these differentiation and integration in your math section. So let's differentiate it. So like you can see here, this L is constant. Acha, one more thing is there. When you are going to differentiate a constant thing, it will become zero. Remember this thing. Differentiating a constant part, something which is constant, like this y is not constant, this s is not constant, but the thing is this L is constant because this distance is constant. Like you can see here, like here s might be different and y might be different, but l each remains same. Here y might be different, s might be different, but l each same. So like while differentiating, this will become 0. Same thing like here I told you, it will become 2y raised to the power 2 minus 1 dy over dt. Here we are differentiating with respect to t, and here it will become twice s 2 minus 1 ds over dt. So it will become 0 plus 2y dy over dt is equal to 2s ds over dt. Means up what is dy? You can see here, you can see here this y is increasing. I told you that v is equal to dx over dt. Here what it will be? v1 is equal to dy over dt. And what this, suppose this m2 is coming up with velocity v2. Okay, this m2 is coming up with velocity v2. So what would be ds over dt? This will be v2 is equal to ds over dt. So when we are going to put this thing here, 0 plus 2y, and this will dy over dt, what it will be? v1 is equal to 2s, and what ds over dt is? v2. v2. So what v1 is? v1 will be s over y v2. Now what s is? Under root of this y square, l square. So l square plus y square over y into v2. Okay, so if someone asks you that what would be the velocity of this ring, what would be the velocity of ring when y is equal to h, when y is equal to h. So you are going to put y is equal to h here, v2 under root of h square plus l square over h. This would be the answer. So our initial scenario was that this uh, like ring is here and this mass m2 is here. So like as m1 is greater than m2, the thing happens that this starts moving here, and suppose it reaches a height, suppose it reaches a height h, and at that time this velocity is v2. Suppose it is given like when it reaches a height h, when this ring reaches a height h, the velocity of this block, this m2 block, becomes v2. So what would be the velocity of this ring when it reaches the height h? When y is equal to this h, what would be the velocity of this ring? So in this way we are going to find out what would be the velocity of this ring, and this what is called as the constraint relation. You can see there is a relationship between this velocity and this velocity. So this is what is called a constraint relation. So sometimes these type of question may arise, like to find out the velocity of one object. If some velocity of one object is given, and we have to find out the velocity of another object when both these objects are connected to each other by the help of some string. So in this way we are going to find it out. The thing is that you should be aware of differentiation, because these things require simple differentiation. So I don't think that that will create a problem for you. Let's move to another section. The scenario. Suppose this is some pulley, and it's your ground, you can say. A block is kept here. Suppose this is some block, and there is some other block, you can see here, suppose M2. This one is leave it, there is no block, I am not keeping the block part here. Suppose some string, and suppose this part is moving with velocity, you can say it's v. This angle is suppose at particular time, at some point time, you can say, uh, at some time, suppose this angle is theta. This would be theta, this would be theta, and this at means here what, like at some point of time of this motion, like this string is moving down with velocity v. Here you can see at the arrow, it's down. So it's moving down with velocity v. So what would be the velocity of this block? What would be the velocity of this block? So thing is, let's create a triangle. You can see here, like suppose this one is A, this one is B, and this one is C. You can see here, like this part is fixed, but the thing is this one is not fixed. You like here, suppose it's like suppose it is moving in this direction, block is moving in this direction with v2, and we have to find out what v2 is. Okay, so like you can see here, like suppose this one is, this length is s, length of string means this particular section, you can see from here to here, it's s. Okay, and this one is suppose uh, x. Suppose this one is x and this one is y. The thing is that you can see this height is fixed. This height will not change. The pulley height from the ground is fixed. But this will change, like this will change, and as this will change. So like, what would be like to this, you can say dx over dt is equal to what? It's v2. What v2 will be dx over dt. What ds will be? ds over dt will be You can see here this ds over dt will be what? It will be v. It will be v. Now let's see the Pythagoras theorem, like x square plus y square is equal to what? S square. Differentiate it. I told you that is y is constant. So as I told you, in case of differentiating a constant part, it will become 0. Here what would be the differentiation? 2x raised to the power 2 minus 1 dx over dt. Here we are differentiating it with respect to time. You can see here this time. 2s raised to the power 2 minus 1 and ds over dt. Substitute this v2 and v here. This will be 2x dx over dt is v2 plus 0 is equal to 2s ds over dt will be v. We have to find v2. We have to find v2. What v2 is equal to? S over x into v. Now, as theta is given, what would be this? What would be this? S over x. I think it will be sine theta. Sine theta is equal to what? X upon s. So when we are going to put it here, it will become x upon s. It will become x upon sine theta. So like here is a relation between the velocity v2 and this v and this v2. So this is a constant relation. You can say here this is constant relation. Like here what, again I am repeating the scenario, like this is the case, means at some point of time, at some, this theta will also change. Remember this thing, this theta will, like when this block reaches here, then some theta might be different, and so means theta will also change. So it means we are given, the thing is that at some point of time the velocity of this thread is v, and at that point of time what would be the velocity of this block, means what would be v2. So like for such type of scenario we will be doing it like this way. Okay, but the main thing is that you should be aware of this calculus part. The thing is, I think I think I should tell you one thing about that differentiation. Uh, like suppose your differentiation part y is equal to x square, I think I told you, and we will be differentiating it with respect to time, suppose. So I told you it will become 2 we put here in front and 1 we are going to minus it, and it will become dx over dt. If you are not getting this thing, try to do it here. I am showing you in another way. Okay, uh, like I told you, like y is equal to x square. Earlier I told you like dy over dx is equal to, I think this one I told you, 2 raised to the power x 2 minus 1. What it would become? 2x. This thing I told you, what it will become? Dy is equal to 2x dx it will become. Now divide both sides by dt. Divide both sides by dt. So it will become the same thing. You can see here that it will become the same thing. So there is no need to get panic why I wrote dy over dt here all of a sudden. So like like this dy over dt, it will become, you can see here, it will become like this. Both are same. Okay. So let's move to the third scenario. Remember this thing that you should, means as you will come across more of the things in physics, you will means this differentiation and integration will become common things for you, because will that is widely used in physics. Like it's the initial stage, but the thing is when the our means you will come across these things, means that will become more common day by day in physics. So let's see the third scenario. Suppose this is some wall and this is the ground. This is some wall and this is the ground. I don't want to write it, remember it. The thing is there is some ladder, you can say here. It's put it over here. So it starts sliding. It starts sliding. So like this point, this point suppose here its velocity is v1, and suppose this point it will come down, the velocity is v2. What would be the relation between their velocities? Because the thing is we have to find a constraint relation, because these 2 points are connected to each other. Suppose the length of this ladder, it's a ladder. Okay, the length of this ladder is suppose L, and this one is suppose X. You can say like this L is constant, and suppose this one is Y. Again Pythagoras in this triangle, it's a right angle triangle. So what would be the relation? L square is equal to x square plus y square. Okay, L is constant. L is constant, like this length will never change, this y will change, this x will change, but this length will never change. So when we are going to differentiate it, it will become 0. What it will become? 2x raised to the power 2 minus 1 dx over dt plus 2y dy over 2 raised to the power minus 2 minus 1 dy over dt. Okay, so what it will become? 0 is equal to 2x dx over dt plus 2y dy over dt. Up now you can see here like this x is increasing. So we can write like v1 is equal to dx over dt, we can write it, and you can see like here this y is decreasing, like here increasing part we made it positive. Let's this make it, because here it is decreasing, like dy over dt is equal to minus v2. Why we made it minus v2? I told you, like here what we considered, like this x is increasing. You can see here this x is increasing because this ladder point is moving in this direction, and here it is moving in this direction. So here y is decreasing, that's why I make it negative, because and this x is increasing. So I assume this x as a positive, like this dx over dt. I wrote here v1 is equal to dx over dt. But the thing is here, like here y is decreasing. So that's why I made it negative. It's decreasing. The thing is, you have to keep this thing in mind, because if you are going to make it here, this relation will also give you the same thing. But the thing is that you have to remember this thing, as here this y is decreasing, this x is increasing. Okay. So when we are going to substitute this thing here, 0 is equal to 2x this v1 minus 2y v2. So what would be the relation? v1 is equal to y over x v2. And suppose at any point of time this angle is theta, what would be tan theta? Y over x. So v1 is equal to tan theta v2. So like this is the constraint relation. Okay. So I think for the concentration part, most of the things, I think to have a better idea about what constant relation is, and how we are going to find out the relationship between the velocities of different scenarios, means bodies which are connected to each other by the help of a string, or they are connected to each other. So means what would be the different velocities of. So in this way we can find out the relation. Okay. So I think that's all for today, and we will be seeing more of new things in our future classes. So that's all for today. Thank you.